Sherlock Winter, an improvised mystery by Shorty. Let's see where this audio takes us. Veronica. With faux concern, she offered me her hand. Oh, Ronnie, are you okay? What were you thinking? You're soaked through and muddy. I pushed her hand away, muttering, Veronica. Julius helped me up, my face burning with shame. But slowly I looked up at him. He scowled at me and shoved my dress at me. Get dressed. You look an absolute state. And they both turned and walked away. Back to the house, I guessed. Now blue and muddy. I pulled the dress over my wet hair and wet body, the fabric clinging to my skin, giving me little comfort or warmth. I couldn't face the house, so I made my way to the lake house, up the wooden steps, across the deck, and through the door. It was much as I remembered it. Cozy, if not a little bit shabby and threadbare. I imagined this looked more like a normal home. Not the lavish surroundings I was used to as a child. This was always a place of warmth and friendliness and fun. And I also felt relaxed, at peace. I grabbed a blanket from the back of the sofa and wrapped it around my shivering body, and took a little memory tour around the cabin. First, letting my fingers trail along the surface of the bar. It felt sticky. I guess Jules and his new flame had been making drinks. I spied a bottle of gin. How times have changed. I carried on past the bar and looked at the photo wall, which was filled with memories and childhood fun. They were all dusty. I felt sad for that forgotten time. I worked my way around the room, looking at objects and far forgotten memories. The bookshelf, of course, was filled with favourites and memories of stories and late night bed thoughts. I was about to pass by the bookshelf when I noticed something amiss. One of these things is not like the others. Yes, it was the Sherlock Holmes book. Surely not. I pulled it from its seat, and sure enough, it was the first edition that Marcus Trundle had given me. I gently cracked it open, the pages smelling musty. But I thought this was securely ensconced in the library up at the house. What's it doing here? I flicked through the pages, then stopped. Damn, someone had defaced it. Well, maybe that was being a bit too harsh. Someone had underlined some passages in pencil. I made myself comfortable on the sofa and read. Okay, Holmes, tell me if you're so clever. How did he do it? Well, dear Watson, do you recall Mrs. Parsnip's statement? Yes, of course I do. What about it? Well, she recalled telling Mr. Foxworth about her little dog, Jangles, and how he kept jumping and trying to eat bugs and spiders, and that one day he'd swallow a bee, and then that would be the end of him. I don't follow you, Holmes. Well, she told Mr. Foxworth. I'm guessing that's what gave him the idea. You mean it wasn't an accident? He put the bee in the honey pot? Yes, dear Watson. It's the perfect crime. He knew his brother was allergic and planted the bee in the honey pot. And that morning, at breakfast, his brother opened the pot, no doubt to enjoy his favourite spread. Oh, dash it all, Holmes. He would have seen the bee. Well, of course, Watson. But remember Minnie's statement, saying that Mr. Foxworth was unusually animated that morning, and after telling her to put only the honey on the table and the preserves on the sideboard, he was trying to get his brother to read something in the paper about an investment. I'm surmising, all in an effort to distract him. Oh, yes, I see, but dash it all, Holmes. That's not enough to... Holmes then threw a book at Watson. Oh, steady on, old chap. Nearly took my eye out. Oh. The Art of Beekeeping and the Dangers of their Sting. Oh, I see. What was... Why? Strange. And then my mind went to my Uncle Theodore. It was a bit of a coincidence that he died of anaphylactic shock from a bee sting, from a bee that he had swallowed. I shook my head. Don't be ridiculous, Veronica. But I did place the book under my arm and made my way back to the house, via the kitchen. This was obviously the wrong thing to do, as the new cook glared at me as she pummeled some bread dough. Hello, I said as I passed. I got a curt nod and a grunt as she continued to punch and pummel the dough, and I had almost made it to my room when suddenly there you were, grinning, looking me up and down. Oh, Lord. I held up a hand. Not now. You smirked. What the hell happened to you? It's a long story. Okay, it's not. I went for a swim. In a mud hole? No, in the lake, where you wanted to meet me. You just looked quizzical and raised your hands. You opened your mouth to speak, but it was too late. I gave you the filthiest look I could muster from my filthy face and stormed into my bedroom, slamming the door, throwing the Sherlock Holmes book on the now empty bed. Where's the kimono? I strode to the wardrobe and opened the door. There was the red kimono and the turquoise one. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I felt in both pockets. No note. The hell? My head was buzzing, and I had a dull ache at the base of my skull. Someone knocked at my door. You, I was guessing. You knocked a few more times and shouted through the door, Okay. I'll see you at dinner. I didn't reply. I just pulled off my dress and my underwear, leaving them a wet heap on the floor. I made my way to the bathroom. I made the mistake of looking in the mirror. Oh, Lord. Dried mud ached my hands, arms, and face. And to top it all, like a flourish of garnish, was a perfectly placed piece of pondweed on my head. I was horrified, mortified, and then amused. How ridiculous. Was I ever going to grow up? Well, I hope you liked that little tale, and if you'd like me to get my tongue around something a little more spicy, why not join my Patreon? Talking of Patreon, here they are. Shenanigans, Billy, Roxy, Oz, Living Lightning, Pokemon UB, David, Adam Striker, Nikki Phantom, Pillowy Slave, Danny D, Glutamus Maximus, SVA52, Mordred, Stephen, Campaign for a Better Weekend, Fire, Outsider HB, Diovilucky, B, Ted, Jelly Mage, Aaron, Cryptid, Calisnis, Cubby, DZ, Nazgul Cookie, Epsilon, P. Brian 74, and Blake. Thanks, guys and girls. I love you.